Hey guys, it's your girl Rosarita, aka Rosarita, and today we're going to talk about HOAs. A lot of people don't like them. I love them. I'm going to tell you why I love them. You know why? Because they keep things, they maintain. That's what I like, okay? Now, I've never bought an HOA in a condo or a townhouse. I think they sometimes can be really rough, really strict, but it's kind of like no different than being in an apartment that has standards. Okay? So if you don't like it, don't move there. You have a choice. And I tell people that all the time, you ain't got to buy there. You ain't got to live there, but don't come over there messing up or don't come over here messing up, whatever. Because I love me an HOA. Okay? I have bought homes in HOAs, never had a problem. I think I got one letter over maybe the 40 years that I ever lived in HOA, and it was on the side of the house that I didn't even go on, and there was a weed growing. It must have been about that big. And I was like, boy, they took that with a real good zoom in, okay? And I walked around and I was like, oh, wow, okay, I pulled it and that was it. And I sent them a letter of the little spot. That was it, out of 40 years, okay? But I have seen neighborhoods that I have written down. Oh, my God. Girl, I had to clutch my beads. I didn't have pearls, my beads, because it was a hot mess. I saw one community, and I'm not going to tell you who the builder is because I would never buy anything from that builder here in Las Vegas. They had ripped out all the grass. It was all cement in front of the house. It's a big house, okay? And they close together already. They had a taco truck. They had looked like an old camper. They had 2 or 3 pickup trucks. And then they had something else. It was 4 of them all across the front of the house. You couldn't even get to the front door, okay? Then they had about 3 or 4 cars on the street in front of the house. They weren't, okay, nice looking cars. They were there, okay? Down about 3 or 4 houses from them, there was one house that said that it looked so like, I don't belong here, save me, okay? And I felt sorry because I was thinking to myself, Lord have mercy, these people will never sell this, because if I rode through there, I'd be like, pass it, pass it, pass it. Now, when I was buying a home and whatnot, and I used to ride with a realtor to look at a home, I would tell them when we got to the home, or the area, I tell him I'm not interested in the area. I'm sorry. And he would say, I remember him saying, well, let's just go in and look. You don't have to say anything. We don't want to embarrass them. And I said, okay, we'll go in and look. And I was like, Lord, I'm hurt. Let me get out of here. But anyway, living in an HOA all my life, I love it. I've always gotten the money back for my home or more, okay? And the neighbors around me were the kind of neighbors that loved the HOA and they loved their homes and everything was beautiful. We didn't impede on other people's property. We all put out, it was nice, okay? What I'm saying to you, don't go buy in an area that has a HOA that you can't abide by the rules, okay? Don't do it because you're going to get fined. I like it because if you got living close together here like we do in Las Vegas, you got people who party, that want to party as soon as they get a house or whatever. They want to party till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You got to be up and at work by 9 or 8, whatever. You ain't getting no sleep. What you going to do? Now you got to go over there and either confront them. Now you got confrontation, right? Okay? You got maybe somebody walking their dog all the time, pooping on your yard and whatnot. You got confrontation, right? You can't come into a HOA and bring in an above ground pool, okay? Because the lots are tight. If you're in an area, if you buy maybe in one that doesn't have an HOA and the pool breaks, it's on you. But they're not going to let you do that in an HOA because, of course, you got a house behind you and one on both sides. If that water breaks and they're close together, okay, think about it. How you maintain your yard. They're not going to let you in an HOA have a, how can I say it, a body workshop for your cars and whatnot. They're not saying you can't fix your car. Push it into the garage and work on it. But you're not going to run a business in an HOA community and have cars parked all up and down the street waiting for your turn, oil dripping everywhere. I've seen this, okay? I'm out there every day. Every day. I see it. And I'm not buying. I'm not buying there. I'm just not. And I tell people all the time, if you don't fit in, stay in your lane. If that's the way you want to live, stay in your lane. You don't have to buy in an HOA, but you can't come in and try to change things because now you're there. And they won't let me do this, and they fine me for that. Stay in your lane. Know what you're getting into, especially if you're in a condo or a townhouse, because they're really confined. They're really close together. They got rules. Even if you're in an apartment, guess what? There's certain things you can't do. There's certain things that you get fined for. Don't do it. They don't want a bunch of garbage on the balcony, mattresses and all kind of stuff, propped up wood, and everything has to be below a certain line so that the aesthetics are cohesive. I'll say it like that. Okay? Got to be beautiful. That's the way it is. And I'm one of them ones that's like, oh God. People used to tell me all the time, in a house, how long do you live in a house? I lived there maybe 4 years, 5 years. When I see the neighborhood change, I get to packing. Okay? I'm that girl. Anyway, HOA, love it. Not sure about condos, so don't get me wrong, or townhouse HOAs. I don't know how they rule, but I know in homes it's a little bit different, but they maintain, how can I say, the quality of living. You're going to get your money for your home because your home is an investment. Okay, because I am one, like I said, if I ride through and I see that, I don't even want to look at your house. Because if they're letting that go, the rest of this is going to go real quick. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. You know what to do. You know me, a.k.a. Rosarita, and yes, I said it. HOA, thumbs up. See me at, you know where? Rosarita dash, yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. Dash A to Z. See you next time. Bye-bye.